All right, next up is the Crossville Lions and Coach Riley Edwards, first-year coach. Coach, could you introduce the players or let them introduce themselves and some opening comments from you today?
Okay. Today I brought far in on my right is Manny, and then I got Jose Simon here, Caleb Causey, and Jesus Juan. We're looking forward to get started. We've been going all summer. One of the things we tried to do whenever Coach Taylor stepped down was when Coach Peppers talked to me about taking the job was trying to get consistency within the program. So the main thing I was going to do is keep the staff as same as possible. I'm lucky enough, the coaching staff I have around me is all guys I've coached with before. Got Coach Chuck Dutton is going to be the offense coordinator, and Coach Mark Patterson is going to be my defense coordinator. Both of those guys coached with me at Collinsville when I was there previously for 16 years. We got Seth Phillips is another guy I coached with at Collinsville, and then we got Bryant Nelson. We got him from Birmingham Southern, and just this morning was able to officially get Coach Miles Keith back. So he's coming back to Crossville, and we've got Nathan Hall is going to be coaching with us. All great guys, all with the same mentality of who we want to build, how we want to build, and all on the same board. We have been meeting as a staff on how we're going to develop each kid. So I do it exactly how one of the guys that mentored me, obviously, is my cousin, Mike, and we're individualizing every one of our athletes' plans. So we're in the process of developing our IAAPs, which is individualized athletic action plans, and it's geared towards how we're going to grow each athlete as an individual and how it's going to fit into our program. These guys I brought today have been real faithful, good workers, but on top of being good workers, they're great people. They don't just work at the field house. Every one of them's got jobs that they work through outside of the field house, but they find time to get there and get the job done while we're there. They welcomed me in 3 years ago and treated me like family since then, and we're just going to continue building together.
Coach, I know you've been there for 3 years now. You just said that. Talk about the experienced players coming back. You may have them in different places, but how many of the young men have been starters on offense, defense for the Lions the last few years?
Well, last year we had 12 kids that had ever put a helmet on before. Is all we had that had ever even put one, much less get into a ball game. So as far as football experience, we don't have just a whole lot of football experience. But, we got half our line back that we're growing with. Caleb's returning as quarterback. I've got Manny's going to play slot and DB for us. He's returning. Our secondary, are returning all four of our corners and safeties. Up front is where our heaviest replacement is from last year. But and that's both sides of the ball, offensive and defensive lines. Jesus Juan are both returning, is returning on both sides of the ball. And then Simon, he is coming back out this year after being out. But, as far as experience goes, we only got 5 that have played all the way through, 7th grade up. But older bodies, that's one of the things I worked on trying to get out before I got the head job, was trying to get some older bodies out. So we've been able to get some more older bodies. It's just our goal is, working to get that experience of the kids playing from 7th grade all the way through their senior year.
Well, Coach Edwards, I know this is a big challenge for you. I know you've been there 3 years, but A lot of the issues with Crossville is revolving door at the head coach level. And of course, I guess these guys are going to trust you a whole lot more, but that's the big important thing, is to get them to trust you and buy into the program and the goals that you set forth for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things, when I first got there, one of the things was trying to get them to know me as a person, and then building that relationship. So all the guys we got on the team, we've built a relationship with. And I, as a coach, I'm extremely transparent. They know things I go through. They know my struggles. They know stuff that I fight through. That's one way. My dad was a retired coach, and that was one of the things I learned from him is there are no secrets. If you're going to coach, and there's a lot of guys that are in this business for the wrong reason, and unfortunately that they are, but it's just like Dad always told us, if you're going to coach, then by golly, you better know the kid you're coaching, and you better care about him. And because if you don't care about him, you're wasting your time. And so, that's how I've always been as a coach. And I know the relationships that my dad had with his players, that's what encouraged me to be a coach. And so it's just making sure these kids know the me, who I am, because the way I am on the football field is the way I am at home with my daughter, the way I am with my friends. You don't get two versions of me. I'm the same person, where I am no matter what.
What's for the players? Coach Edwards gets to be the head coach. Are you guys excited that you've got somebody you can trust, and how is your relationship with Coach Edwards?
The relationship with Coach Edwards is like one of a kind. He's been with us for 3 years, and the thing with Crossville is the coaches come and leave, which Coach Edwards, he stuck through it, Coach Dutton, and 95% of them. And the team, we had a meeting, and we decided, hey, the coaches come and leave. We got to trust this one. I mean, we got to play for ourselves. They're just here to help us. But Coach Edwards is a really nice dude. Everybody loves him, and he's going to do the best for us.
Well, for Coach Edwards, he's a nice guy. He puts in the effort with us. Like, he'll be there every time. He'll be the first team, and he'll step up to come to us like everything good, and he'll talk to us, and we start working out.
Yeah, Coach Edwards, he's a great coach, pushes us to be the best versions of ourselves, lets us know that he loves us like a father. And, as teammates, we love him as well as a father, and that's how we treat him.
Yeah, this is my second year playing football, and I only had him for workouts for about 3 years, and he's a very good coach, and I'm glad that he's our head coach for this year.
Coach, this is for you. I know you got the head job a little late in the summer, but you've been there for 3 years. How did having that prior relationship with the players and the school help you ease into that head coaching role and make the transition easier for you and the players?
Well, just being around coaching my whole life, you coach as the head coach anyway. Your work ethic shouldn't change. From day one all the way to the end, if you're an assistant, your job is to be the best you can for the head coach and work as hard as you can to help support him. And then as a head coach, you just keep doing that same work ethic. But, I talk to the kids all the time about bottom-up, top-down leadership. Everybody out there from a manager all the way up to superintendent's leader for this system and this school and our community. So, your work ethic shouldn't change. These kids have seen my work ethic and what I do, and just because what my, title that people say or whatever. I've never been about titles, so the title didn't change anything. I still talk to the kids the same way as whenever I was doing whatever it was I was doing, and, still treat them the same way. So, your work ethic don't change just because your title changes. And, having that relationship already, I don't have to learn any new kids or anything, but, at the end of the day, you're still doing the same thing, trying to build the best person you can, both individually yourself and for each individual athlete.
Well, Coach, you had mentioned Chuck Dutton being one of your assistant coaches. I wasn't eavesdropping, but I heard a conversation. I was in Collinsville, and I just heard him talking to somebody that it's, if I understood him right, he was coaching defense. Now he's the offensive coordinator, which I want to know is what are your plans offensively? What kind of offense are you going to run?
Offensively, we are split back veer from the gun. I've been in touch with Ferris State for, I guess, the past 6 or 7 years, and I evolved it from there. But a similar version of our split back system we're running is, Coastal Carolina's kind of made it somewhat popular or whatnot, but it's evolved from it. But we're running the split back. I know it's an older style offense, but it's more of a hybrid of it since we're going to be out of the gun with it. It's more of a pistol look. We'll motion to the split back. We'll line up in the split back. We'll, play formation wise with it. But Coach Dutton and I go way back. We grew up together, played high school ball together, coached football together. I think there's only been 2 or 3 years we haven't coached together. So, being childhood friends from the get-go all the way up, it's like I told some other day, me and Coach Dutton, we've been through Armageddon together as players, as coaches, and, even in elementary. So having that guy that you trust and know that's, there and know that the kids depend on, the kids care about too, that helps. We've ran a version of our throwing system together when we both coached with Coach Beckett. And so our passing philosophy fits with this offensive system, and nobody runs it. So, and the kids all seem to enjoy it so far because, we able to spread the ball around a little bit.
Coach, looking at your schedule, you open with Ider, and then obviously you go back to Collinsville where you went to school. I know that's a huge rivalry there with Crossville, but both games on Saturday. And as I go back to my days of going to school at Crossville, it seemed like we always opened with Ider on Saturday night. So that's something unusual to your first 2 games being on Saturday night.
It is, and I'm excited for the fact that we're doing some stuff traditionally that Crossville used to always do. I can remember going with my dad to scout as a little kid to that Saturday game with Crossville and Ider, and then of course I can remember being on the sideline as a manager, coaching with, when Crossville and Collins would play. So opening up the first 2 weeks with that aspect of, some familiarity that the Crossville community has, it's going to be exciting. And then, getting to coach against a guy I played for and coached with. My dad was a DC for Coach Willingham, then I was a DC for Coach Willingham. So, getting to go against one of your mentors is going to be, exciting and fun and, I guess you'd say honorable,
All right, guys, we appreciate you being here with us today. Good luck to the Lions this year. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.